Alright, so this is round 4 of the Zodiac tournament that I'm in. Still playing my Super Quantum Hero deck. And I'm playing against somebody who's actually pretty good, Tweety. Um, and he got to decide, so he asked me if I have an extra deck, and I said yes. So I am commentating this with one of my friends, Lewis. He topped YCS Chicago with Infernoids, so if you guys haven't seen that, you should check out that video. It's on my channel. Um, so yeah. Um, Hello, Lewis.
Hi.
So I don't know what I'm playing against yet here, but I have so I could go for Dark Law, but it's with Mass Change 2, so I don't really want to. But I can combo off with my Power Rangers, so that's kind of what I want to do. And I don't know what I'm playing against yet, but Lewis happens to be familiar with that deck. One, you probably, if you can read titles, you know that I'm playing against Infernoids. Because I'm gonna put that in the title. So, yeah, right here we see that my opponent does not know what the archetype does, that's always an advantage.
It's always also very interesting when people don't know what the brand new stuff does because you'd think that they would go and check because a lot
Right.
of strong cards came out of this set and a lot of strong reprints too also came out of this set.
Yeah.
So you would just think everyone kind of knows what's up, but I
With
guess not.
with my videos where I do set reviews, I'm doing those partially because I'm going to be reading those cards anyways. So I figure I might as well do videos on them and post them.
Yeah.
So, also, Alphen, I maxed out to 3 because I realized it's just insane. It's like a guaranteed +1, and you can get better. Like, if you hit blue here, then you get to search off of blue, and you get red's effect, so it's a +2. So, it's really good.
Yeah, and getting red effect and the grave is nice. Red is just really good.
Mhm.
I see why it's expensive, but I don't think it should be.
Yeah, it's just a Monarch hype mostly.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the deck is, like, nothing.
Yeah, I think the most expensive card is E-Telly, which
Right.
if anyone wanted to play this deck, they probably would have got them a while ago.
Yeah, I got mine at
Unlike
$8.
unlike myself who had to get a third one. Too much.
Yeah, so I searched the red here because um I don't think it really matters which one I search. That's what I feel like a lot of times with blue. A lot of times it's kind of like I don't know. So I am worried about Ghost Ogre a little bit because I don't know what I'm playing against yet, and Ghost Ogre on the field is kind of annoying.
Yeah,
But I can against most matchups, Book of Moon plus MST on Exceed monsters, like that's pretty good setup. So I felt
yeah,
pretty comfortable.
especially because like effects. Um, Usually if you're playing against something like Pepe or Cosmo, you just say no.
Right. Here I was thinking about using Mass Change 2 to go to Dark Law with my Malicious, but then I realized that Mass Change 2 doesn't work with Malicious because it has to be a higher level.
Yeah,
So that's unfortunate. I don't know, it makes the card a lot worse. The main reason I'm playing it is for the acid in there, so I might cut that, but I mean it is searchable too, so I don't know.
it is searchable. I
It's
guess it kind of fits the theme of it's okay to discard cards,
true.
but
It's it's been good like one time I've drawn it, and then all the other times it was bad. And here, if it was like a Mass Change 1, I already have Mass Change 1 maxed out though. But like if it was a Mass Change 1, it would have been great. So here I'm like, okay, is he playing Cosmos or is he playing Infernoids? I guess that Cosmo was probably more common, so I guess an 8. Um,
everyone knows that only bad players play Infernoids. It's okay. Infernoids are okay.
I think they're probably better than my deck, but I mean, my deck's pretty good. It's Super Quantum Heroes, so that's got to be
Yeah.
good, right?
Well,
Yeah, and here I see. Oh crap, he's playing Infernoids. I should have tried to make Dark Law. I could have made Dark Law actually if I would have normal summoned my Shadow Mist, but
yeah,
I think that's a worse play in almost every matchup.
yeah. Because I mean, like theoretically, if you're going to game two, well, you end up going to game two anyway. Because that's what happens. But if you're going into game two and you open a dark law play, it's just kind of like you make it because their only outs are drawing into Harmodic and having another monster on board or in hand to banish to summon the Harmodic.
Yeah, and
Because
here I thought it was a trigger effect, not a trigger effect. I thought it was an ignition effect. So I used Book of Moon, which is kind of, I mean, it still might be worth it, but it would have been better to wait to see what he dumps, because like it still might be worth it just because he can like destroy one of my monsters if I don't book him, but booking him in a chain to his effect was not the best.
yeah.
So
I mean, what happens basically? He just gets to send whatever he wants because the Decatron isn't face up anymore, so it doesn't count for levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So he got to do it. That just like made his play the best possible, basically.
Yeah.
Also, my blue Zord is like totally dead in this matchup. Against Pendulums.
MST one.
It's the MST, yeah. So.
Yeah. The drawback with all the Infernoids or I guess the baby Infernoids are that they can't attack the turn that they use their effects.
Right.
So like Armadic and Julia, if they use their effects, they just can't attack. But they're like a lot of times Armadic is the only outcome of cards like things that have huge defense, like the Blue Exceed, or cards like Darklaw. If they made it first turn, they have to open Armadic, otherwise they just lose because you can't play without the graveyard.
Yeah. Here I decided to shuffle the red back in. What I've discovered with this deck is shuffling things in the deck is actually really bad. You want to have at least one of everything in the grave except for the red. Red can't target itself, so there's no real reason to have any of your reds in grave. So I shuffled duplicates of anything and reds into my deck. And that's the only things I ever shuffle.
Do you ever shuffle back the level 1? Because if the effects are negated, I guess tributing is cost, isn't it?
Well, so. No, you can't even activate it. But what you can do with red is you can, when you special summon red, you can put the 1 into your hand, and normal summon it.
Oh yeah.
So you still want one of the level 1 in your grave. And you even want one field spell in the grave because red can add the field spell to your hand.
Yeah, there's good cards. They have a lot of, I guess, they have very good resource management.
Yeah. So my opponent's just comboing off here. He's summoning a lot of monsters while still like sticking to the level restriction, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean anyone who's, I guess, efficient, is an efficient Infernoid player will do what this player is doing. So you'll summon like 8 levels and then summon a really big one.
Yeah.
So if your opponent hasn't stopped you from summoning a bunch of babies, you just summon the Heavy Storm. And they lose whatever backer they have, if they have any at all.
Right.
Or you do this where you normal summon the Decatron after doing a bunch of stuff. And make Omega.
Yeah, Omega's really good in this deck, obviously.
Yeah. I'm curious. I think if you hadn't set the Decatron on the summon of, I don't know what he would have sent with Decatron. I think he might have sent Armadic just so he could get the effect off twice to clear your board.
Yeah, probably. So he wouldn't have had a Deviati in grave, basically, or he banished it anyways. But Omega can put it back if he wants.
Yeah, well, Omega can put anything back.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
I forgot that the small ones couldn't attack, so I typed out the damage.
Yeah.
So you can see me being bad.
Have less life points. Surprise.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much difference, I don't think, in this matchup between 600 and 2400. Because the monsters are bigger than 24. Yeah, oh yeah, and he tributes off something to banish something from my grave. And here you can kind of see that he doesn't really... At the beginning, he banishes stuff that's not the best things to banish. He doesn't really know how my deck works.
As soon as he reads the field spell for the first time.
Yeah, that
he figures it out.
Yeah,
I think it's a little too late at that point.
Well, as soon as he reads the field spell, he starts making better plays like immediately. As far as banishing my grave. So he's a good player. I think he's just not familiar with the archetype, which helps me. So I have a decent hand. I can like put somewhat of a fight up, but it's not looking good for me. The basically what I need to do is I need to bait out both of his banishes and then make a Megazord without him banishing any of my Zords engraved. If I do that, I can win. That's basically all it comes down to. So right here I'm using red. I want to target my blue because I don't want my blue in hand. I already have one. I think he's going to banish my blue, and he does. So far so good. I just need to bait out his Atondell's banish, basically. That's where I'm at. So, and I'm wondering if he's going to use it as a Mega. I don't remember if he does immediately.
He probably should have.
Yeah.
Just
try to.
He should have chained to red layer, no matter what you targeted.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking he would, but he waits a bit on that. So yeah, I'm actually in a pretty decent position. If he doesn't banish either of my Zords, I can make a 4 material because I have red, and yeah, I have red, so I can make the Zord with the field spell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna normal summon my blue, get the search. I search red because I think he doesn't know how my deck works, so I want to try to bait out his other banish with another red. That's my thinking here. It might be better to banish or to go for the field, because then even if he banishes the field, I can still make a play.
Yeah, but you'd only be able to make the 3, which is I guess you can make the.
I can make it a 5
also, but leaving the 3 on board is just kind of meh.
Right, it is. So he uses Omega here. If he hits the field spell, I'm done basically. If he hits Mass Change 2, that's ideal. It hits red.
The card you search, so he gains no information.
Right. Red I can deal with, but it makes it harder for me to try to bait out his Atondell, essentially. Because I think I might have gotten him if I was able to use my red's grave effect. I don't know. So go for that, obviously, and then I basically, if I use the field spell right now, he's just gonna banish one of my Zords engrave, and then it doesn't resolve. So right now I'm basically making him banish something, and I'm hoping he's going to banish my red, so the red's effect doesn't resolve. Because he doesn't know what the field spell does. That's essentially what I'm hoping. But he does end up reading the field spell.
Yeah, reading is hard.
Yeah. So yeah, all he needs to do here is banish one of my Zords, and then I can't make Megazord. If I do make Megazord, I'm in a pretty good position. Because I don't really think Infernoids can out the Megazord. They'd have to be playing something.
They have no out.
Yeah, they'd have to be playing something like unusual, I guess, like a kaiju.
They'd have to be playing kaijus, which is a terrible idea because
reasoning.
Right.
Let's say right here. He reads the field spell.
Yeah.
Like, if he wouldn't have thought to read the field spell, I think I might have gotten him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, what I should have done is I should have used the Exceed to attach the blue, and then attach blue to pop. That would have been a lot better, because then I would have still had red underneath. The reason I didn't was because I wanted to detach the red to try to trick him into banishing red, but I couldn't trick him. He didn't fall for it. So now I can still attach the blue, so I can attack at least, but I don't have a quick effect. And I think I pretty much lose, because I think he can summon 2 monsters to get over me.
Yeah, and if he has enough cards in graveyard, then easily.
Yeah.
Plus he has 2 cards in hand, then draws another card, so just kind of.
So I'm thinking about what to summon. Either blue to put it in defense, I think, as a chump blocker. I'm just making sure here that it can actually summon the blue, which it can, and I can also summon the green. Their effects can't activate, so it's basically just a chump blocker. I thought about summoning it and making Downward, but you can only make Downward make phase 2, which kind of kills its playability in this deck because like I don't know, making it main phase 2 isn't that good in a lot of matchups.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like largely played in BA just because you could make you just have Dante's material.
Right. So
You
that way
can hash,
Dante's don't get banished or shuffled in the extra deck or something.
right? But
That doesn't help
it
me.
doesn't really matter for your deck.
Yeah. It makes it so the rank 3 can attack, but it makes it weaker. Like 28 versus 25, that's a big difference for or it would be 23. That's a big difference for Infernoids because like 28 is the biggest attack, isn't it? Except for Deviati.
No, the big chicken has 3,000 attack,
But do
3,300.
people still play Ananku?
Yeah,
Okay.
they should.
I don't think I saw it in this match. Maybe he just didn't get it. But
Wait, he must have not been playing it then.
I don't think I saw it.
I think he should be playing it.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I'm not
I
super
don't
familiar with what cards are best in this deck. So.
I think he's feeling one, especially if he's playing. He has to be playing it if he's playing the Imagination build, which I think he is, because I saw the fusion spell.
Okay.
If you're not playing it, then you can't get the max materials for the fusion, which would mean that you're wasting your time playing Imagination.
Yeah.
Which I also don't think is the greatest build in the world, but
I don't even know what that build, like how it's different from the regular build.
You basically have to play. You have to play bad cards that you don't want to be playing. So like that 6 that you see later or earlier, I forget. The one I got really upset about.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
You play that so you can get more names.
Okay.
But everything, all the Infernoid monsters on your field become level 1.
Oh, that's
basically,
interesting.
It's good. And then it's basically shut off fusion if your opponent has more monsters, or if they have an extra card. I forget which one. But they can use an extra 6 from their deck. Otherwise, it's not a very good card. I think it's dead a lot of the times.
Okay.
Because the fusion monster isn't very good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'm just dead at this point. He just needs to somehow get over this 2800 defense.
Yeah. Which he should be able to do. Yeah,
there's an Anku. Okay. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess.
Basically, he has to just make something big to get over it, or he has to make a Hammer deck and pop it.
Yeah.
So, if the last card in his hand is Hammer deck, sure. If not, I think he wait a turn.
Yeah, well, he banished the red, so he can actually have less than 8 to something, I guess.
What he should have done, I think, is he should have just milled 2 with Raiden, banish 3, summon the Ananku, blow up your Mega Sword, and...
Can he attack at the same turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I would have lost then.
Yeah, well, you think you lose anyway, but...
Yeah, but that's a way easier, like, I don't know. This is a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
So, he summons Deviati, so that
yeah,
gets over.
It would have just been easier and faster.
Yeah, and he is Heavy Storm, but I'm just like, what's the point of even destroying it? I lose.
Yeah.
So I lost game 1, that sucks. I get to side though. And I'm like,
side deck.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I'm siding those Hanewadas because of the burn deck that I lost to. I don't want to lose that again. I don't know if it's the best choice to side through that though.
Yeah. So here, Mask of Restrict isn't terrible against Infernoids, just because they tribute for that banishing effect, which hurts your deck a little bit.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. I probably should have sided those in.
But the only issue with that is they can just they can out it with Petrulia or Decatron.
Right,
so
but
it's very easy to out, but it's not terrible against them.
Their banishing effects though gave me a lot of problems game 1. Yeah. So here I decided to sign in the Max T's because it's okay, and Iron Wall obviously. I wanted to side out all my Twin Twisters and Mass Change 2 because those are basically only good for back row hate, and Infernoids just generally don't play back row. Yeah. like Mass Change 2 is only good for going into acid off of the blue layer.
So I think maybe then you should consider just siding it,
Yeah, I could maybe
but
side in.
but you'd also have to then side the acid,
No, I
which
can
doesn't.
I could just play the acid. I have enough extra space. Like, the way it's sorted right now, those first 11 are the ones I've made before. The last 4 are ones I'm considering that I've never actually made. So, and
I
there's
think
nothing else that's come up that I've wanted to play over those 4.
I think you might want to think about a second legger, just because you ran into it. I think it's this game. You run into where you are out of red ones because your
Yeah,
red one gets banished.
yeah, that's really the only reason for the red and the green so far. Like, if the first one gets banished.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
This hand.
Yeah, I know. This hand is like, I'm not. I mean, I could summon red, but that doesn't do anything.
Right,
So,
it doesn't help you. I mean, you can make the click effect 5, but what's that going to do for you besides get you a malicious, which you had deadness in your hand for?
yeah, I don't know. I just solemn strike that. I don't know, because it's the one that blows up back row. I kind of
Yeah.
wanted it off the board. Considering it's a resource engrave, though, I don't know if that was the best play using my life points for that.
But the only reason that would have been a not good play is because it can't attack that turn anyway. So you just save yourself 15 life points. But
Yeah,
it also gives them they have 4 more levels on board they have to figure out how to get rid of.
right.
But you've also seen him play Raiden, so
You can just make a mega and finish. Okay, so here the Alphen is actually like the best card for me to draw into for turn, because
your hand is bad.
yeah, and it completely opens up this hand. It's just perfect. Like, it kind of depends on what I hit here, but um, I end up having a pretty good play because just because of Alphen. So
Yeah.
that I think you really should play 3 Alphen, just because it's good.
Here you get the
So I get blue's effect and red's effect. I could get green, but green is garbage. I'm not using green's grave effect.
yeah. Well, can you use green to get your red, draw a card, and then have blue shuffle one of the reds back, or both the reds back even?
Well, I want the red in my hand actually, because I'm gonna use the effect. Um, I say I almost forget to search with blue, but then I'm like, oh yeah, blue. So I want the red in my hand because I'm gonna search a green here, and I can use green to summon the red, and then I can use red's effect. And
Yeah.
I've already used the grave effect of red, so each effect is once per turn. I can still use the field effect, but I can't use the grave effect.
Basically, this is where you do some
I just go
silly
in.
garbage.
Yeah, I just go in for massive damage. I can make a Megazord here quite easily, but that's not the best play.
It's also kind of it's not the best play because you don't know if you can out it or not, but we see later whether or not that's true.
Right.
Now that you've played against it, I would assume that if you see Infernoids, you just make Megazord as fast as possible.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Except for in this situation, I still think Megazord is not the best play because I don't know if right. I don't know if the viewers have noticed yet, but I can make game here. So I think about attacking, and I'm like, okay, let's just add up numbers, see what I can get to. Making red is obvious. Going red into XC because I'm gonna do that even if I can't game him.
Yeah.
And I have
here you have 64 with just the pilots.
Yeah.
Just the rangers.
And then I can easily get discards because Mist is a free discard, Malicious is a free discard.
Yeah, Malicious is technically 3 free discards. And the Shadow Mist allows that to be abused.
Well, it's only like it summons to the field instead of putting it back in your hand.
Oh yeah, never mind. You're right. I forgot how Malicious worked for all of 15 seconds.
So yeah, I put all of those, and how much is that again? I'm 400 short.
Yeah, you're 400 short, so you just go summon Malicious.
Yeah, Malicious in attack mode. I could also make the green, but I don't think that's as good because I want to make just overlay the 2 greens for rank 4 if he has a hand trap, which I don't think he
Yeah.
does.
And the reason for that is you would have it a quick effect twice instead of just once. I mean, I guess you could make 2 of them, but
I
you wouldn't want to discard Alphen.
Yeah, I want Alphen in my hand. I don't want to discard both of the cards in hand. I wouldn't even get Mist Effect if I discarded it this turn.
Yeah. I think here your opponent decided to also do math.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm happy with that siding. Not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I still haven't seen any traps, so playing the back row hate that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So he makes me go first.
Again, probably because as you said, probably because you OTK'd him, so he's afraid of seeing that again.
Right. And the thing here is though, I'm like, oh, I can just make Dark Claw. If he doesn't have an out, then I win.
Yeah.
And the other alternative is to go green into Alphen, which is kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're getting off Alphen.
Right.
I want everyone to watch the Max C and see how long it stays in your hand. Because you forgot it existed, I guess.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for reasoning so I could chain it and have him not just stop, but I probably should have used it earlier.
Yeah, well, I think just based on what happened, you want him to stop.
True. Especially because I can go in for damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just used it immediately on his draw phase. Because if either, like, I forced him now with Dark Law, which would involve special summoning, and if he passes without doing anything, with this hand I could probably put game on board through Alphen plus green.
Yeah. Basically, no matter what you hit, unless you hit green, which would be sad.
I would end up with a. I mean, I would have a giant hand still.
Yeah. Giant hand is good. I can't wait for that reprint.
Yeah. So I get the mass change, which obviously I'm gonna wait to do because malicious.
Right. And the only reason not to wait, I mean, I guess there's no reason to do it during your turn, but waiting until their main phase, until they activate a card, would be very good. Now that we've seen what happens, I think. Playing as Infernoids, you go for it as soon as you hit the standby phase.
Yeah, so at this point I'm like, should I just activate it right away? And I decide not to, because I'm thinking, well, what is he gonna activate that's gonna put cards in grave? And he has exactly that.
Charge for the Light Brigade.
Mills his cost.
But he mills pretty bad, so.
Right, he hit 1.
Yeah, he hits 1, and then he hits like the 2 best cards that are in his build. The 1-for-1 Decatron.
Yeah.
And the continuous spell right there was Void Imagination, which I don't think you ever over.
He never. I don't think he uses it.
Well, no. I think he was playing 1 or 2, and it's just not a good card to be playing at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be playing an Upstart, which is awful in that deck anyway.
So yeah, I get Mist and Dark Claw. So I hit. Which one's that? The destroys spell trap cards.
That's the MST.
So that's pretty pointless.
Yeah.
It's just one less Infernoid is the only thing that gets me.
The only, I guess, plus side would be that he searched your Raiden, if I'm not mistaken. If he did something like summon the Petrilia, make Raiden, swing over Dark Claw. But
yeah.
He had the Harbor Dick, so rip Dark Claw.
Yeah, so at this point it's like, yeah, I was kind of hoping Dark Law would just ride me out for that game, but he had the out, and I'm kind of worried that he's just gonna kill me actually. Also, we can totally see why I should have used Max C. He's already summoned like twice, right? Or
yeah.
No, he summoned once so far, but this is the second.
Summoned twice. So I just realized he cheated.
Oh, what did he do?
He sank 7 for the 8.
No, but it adds the level.
Yeah, so he was 4 and 3.
Oh, I thought it was.
He added 3.
I thought he dumped
it's
a.
Okay.
I thought he dumped a 4.
Oh, I didn't see. Maybe he wasn't cheating.
I don't know.
I didn't see. If he did dump the 4 instead of the 3, then he didn't cheat.
Okay.
Here comes the scary back row. So here he would have drawn 3 cards, which would have been nice.
Right, it would have been nice. So I think as long as he doesn't hit the elephant or the green, then I'm okay. Because I can do something.
I think as long as he doesn't hit the outfit, you're fine. Hitting the green.
Yeah, I mean the green puts another monster on board, which I kind of want to do, but yeah, elephant's the most important. Okay, so oh yeah, I have to think about what I'm doing first. I kind of playing safe would be to summon the elephant first, but I'm gonna be risky and summon the green because I want to try to get my play to go off. It's a 75% chance of working.
This is where he doesn't read the Tin Goldfish slash Goblinberg card. That's all it does.
Yeah, it's not that good. Green is kind of you just play it because you have to. So he chains Omega, which is the correct play, obviously.
Yep.
I'm fine as long as he doesn't hit Alpha. If he hits Alpha, then I just lose instantly, I think.
But, banishes the warning.
Yeah, which I'm okay with.
So you summon the elephant.
And then I can try to hit something besides green.
Yeah.
Summoning blue would be the best, I think. Yeah. Well, summoning blue is always the best.
Well, summoning blue is good because you get to search the field spell. Since you have the discard outlet of Malicious.
Right.
It's just nice. And then having the red hit the grave is always good.
Yeah.
But also red being summoned is pretty nice too.
Yeah, red has good effects on the field and in the grave. It's the only one that actually has a useful grave effect, which is why I kind of like hitting blue, because then I get the grave effect of red.
Yep, and here you hit blue for like the 3rd time.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty lucky.
I think you hit blue every elephant.
I very well might have. I don't really remember. So this time I remember immediately. Blue and red. Guess for the target so he can potentially banish it. I'm obviously going to target the green because the elephant would be useless to target. In green I could make a rank 4. So, okay, yeah, he banishes it. Which is annoying, but I can deal with that, I think.
Yeah.
He's kind of low on resources, so the fact that my field isn't the best isn't like too big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, a good play would be grab the field spell, ditch Malicious, quick rank up the blue guy, pop the back row. But
I'm reading that as a Void Seer at this point.
Yeah, they don't play back row.
Yeah.
You noticed, like you saw like the warning, and that's probably the only back row.
Yeah. So like I'm upgrading the green. So I have like a quick effect Book of Moon. I'm just disregarding the back row.
It's where the field spell is a quick effect. You can do the battle phase, get all the more damage.
That would be pretty awesome, actually.
It'd also be pretty broken.
You get lots of damage.
Yeah. I think you'd be able to lift the OTK every time you open 3.
Well, yeah. You would just need like 2 to get like massive damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right here, right away, bam. I learned from my mistakes.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he can really do anything to me if he doesn't special summon. Because if he just like attacks with his Omega, in the battle phase I'll put it face down. So he basically has to special summon, I think, to do anything.
Yeah. He has to summon a Harmonic to Book of Moon. I don't remember if he does or not.
He goes for Sights of Those.
You draw
another Maxi.
Young Maxi.
Yeah, I might have. In retrospect, 3 Maxing Sidon might have been good, even though they're inherent summons.
Yeah, because you could just ditch them during standby.
Right. You have to make a field that forces them to play, and then pitch Maxi, basically. And my deck can do that.
Radiant's at 1900 gets totally relevant.
It actually becomes somewhat relevant, I think. He
Does it?
takes less damage. Um, I'm pretty sure I attack over that Raiden.
The,
So at
I
this
don't know.
point, it's the battle phase. I can get rid of the Omega or the Saitsumas basically, and it's like I'm thinking I don't want him banishing my field spell. I'm going to put the Saitsumas face down.
Yeah. I think he just changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
just changed tribute himself.
right.
I think he probably should have tributed Raiden instead, because leaving the sights on the board was nice.
Well, it has zero defense though. I could have easily killed it.
That's true.
So he
Makes
banishes
less
my
damage.
last green. So if I'm really in trouble if he banishes the green Zord also, because then I have no more ways to get to my Megazord.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not entirely true though, because it's generic. I could still make it if I had like a Summoner Monk. I do play two green Zords,
That's true. That's true.
so Mills, Twisters, and a Tondel.
Tornado's good. Twin Twister. It's like that's the only other back row that could exist.
Yeah,
Like, and
I'm not like I'm kind of worried that that set is a Twin Twister, which would
yeah.
really hurt my play with the field spell. So I'm kind of doing here is putting this down my face, so he can't use Omega yet. I'm going to activate my teleport, so I don't have to worry about him banishing my stuff, and I get my search, and I can make a rank 3 to blow up his new set. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And what do I search? I search the red because I wanted something to pitch. I think maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Although you probably could have pitched the warning in the maxi, because those aren't gonna. Or yeah, like the warning isn't gonna do anything for you anymore, because they just Infernoids recur so much.
Yeah, that's true. Um, the actually the red is the best thing to search though, because green would be. I don't have greens left. Um, so
Yeah, you can't out that.
I can't Alphen. I can't use green. So red's the only option really. So I come up with a really like intricate play. I'll call it intricate. So I'm pretty happy with this play though. So I'm going for this to bait out his back row, basically. And if it's like a twin twister, I'll get rid of it, and then I won't lose as much card advantage on the field spell. He says the summon is fine, so I'm gonna blow up his back row. And surprise, guess what it is?
Twin Twister. Huh?
We'll see.
Not a very good card.
It's taking a really long time to resolve this. He has nothing that he can actually do here, so I don't know why he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking about chaining Omega.
Yeah. Which would have been good. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
If he hits red here,
Then I'm done.
I kind of lose the turn.
Right. So yeah, I say it's fine. He hits the max seed, which is the best thing possible because I can just use that.
Get it.
Yeah. So it's a torrential. So like that actually could have hurt me if I did my next play while he still had a torrential set. I think I would have lost.
Probably. No, because he would have. Oh yeah, because you wouldn't have any.
I wouldn't have a field like.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I was
yeah,
gonna say you could just Megazord, but
I couldn't if
you
the torrential.
because you would need the red one.
Right.
Grave. This mysterious face down card.
Yeah, he didn't use that on my last turn when I was making play, so I'm reading it as a bluff. He would have, if it was like a twin twister, he would have used it. If it was a summon response trap, he would have used it. If it was effect negation, he would have used it. I don't think it's anything.
Yeah. And that's pretty good read considering what it turns out to be.
Yeah, so I go for tribute summon red, which I'm very happy with that. I bring the blue back to hand, and now I can pitch the warning. I don't need the warning anymore to go into the red Zord, and at that point I have all three on the field and in the grave, so I can make the Megazord.
Yep.
And I don't think I'm at this point. I don't know. I'm speculating that Infernoids has no outs. That's my guess. I think I should have, before using the field, I should have attached the blue, so I would have had one quick effect. I would have had 5 materials instead of 4.
Yeah, that would have made this not last as long as it did.
Right, that would have been helpful. I misplayed by not attaching the blue. I assume when I had them on field right here, I realized it. I was like, oh wait, I should have attached the blue. At this point, I'm like, blue Zord, and then I'm like, wait, it summons them immediately. I can't use that. So, yeah. I wanted to attach the blue after I reactivated. I'm like, nope, can't do it. But yeah, I got the Megazord, and right now, so this is where I attack with rated. Right now, I'm gonna speed up the video because this is gonna take a while.
Yeah. I think actually the Raiden would have lost attack boost by now, but who cares?
No, it's until the next end. It's until my end phase.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, so now it's in double time. So, because
the grind game.
it really needs to be double time. This would have been an hour. If I wasn't uploading at double time. This is still gonna be like, this is gonna be like 40 minutes, I think, or maybe 50. I don't know. I actually was planning on having it, the entire thing be double time, but up until this point, I had its normal time because I forgot about it. But I think it's really important to have this double time because this would be painful otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, my strategy here is just sit on this. I have 4 materials. I'm never going to detach one, and hopefully he can't out me.
So I just noticed the watcher's name. Their name is Summon Scout Pass. That makes me very happy.
Scout. Oh wait, summon Scout as in Clifford Scout. That'd be tough to just summon and pass. You'd have to have your skill set up or attributes ready.
Yep. Monarch Stormforth. Summon Scout.
Oh, good play, good play.
Good play.
Speaking of Stormforth, I thought about playing it in this actually, just because I contribute the malicious and the red, and those are both searchable, so maybe.
Yeah.
It'd be a good out to stuff also, like Vanity's Fiend, which would be annoying to deal with in this deck.
And Monarchs.
Right. Oh yeah, Monarchs with a field spell would be annoying, so I might want to just main deck Stormforth actually.
Yeah.
So here I'm trying to get damage in, so it doesn't take too long. So I want to make, I guess what here I'm thinking is I'll just make the blue sword. I've seen that he's played traps, so I can try to destroy the newest set. Malicious is a free discard. I don't think I have like a better play. Oh yeah, so I try to go to the battle phase so I can get more damage in with my blue, because I'm going to summon the blue sword in defense. Oh yeah, and that baits his Omega effect also, so I can get through, yeah, obviously.
That blue layer live.
Yeah.
I guess, but Omega comes back and you just do more stuff.
Right. Yeah, I'm still reading the first set as a bluff, so I'm getting the new one, which is also a bluff. So I use blue to put the stuff back in, because I have doubles, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically this game right now.
I mean, so well, I was right. It was a bluff. Oh yeah, and he puts the blue, and I get so confused by what he says. He doesn't. I feel like his English is not the best. Maybe I don't know what if he's not from the United States, or maybe it's just because he's typing it. I don't know. So okay, he says it returns it. So I'm like, oh, Omega's returning it to my hand. But why'd you put it in my graveyard then? And then he says no as soon as I put it in my hand. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah. I think what he meant was you don't get the shuffling back effect, which you wouldn't have activated anyway.
Right. Oh well, I would have, because I had 2 blues in grave, so I would have just.
Okay.
But it doesn't even matter. So yeah, he's like, no, I put it in the grave during the draw phase, and then I'm like, okay, then blue effect, and then he's like, no, it's sent, and I'm like, okay, how is that different from return? Apparently it is. I just didn't get that.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah.
And then he copy and paste the one line effect.
Right.
Mario.
Which is like, of course I knew that effect. That's not what was confusing me. So yeah, I really don't know what he's doing here because he's just summoning stuff, and he can't even banish his Omega anymore because I don't have a card in my hand.
He takes damage to banish your field spell.
No, he banishes my set monster actually. I think.
You don't have a set monster.
My defense, I meant.
The monster he can't get over, even though you can't get over the rest of them anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it. Like, maybe he's deck thinning to get to an out. Like that's his only thing. There was the 6 that you didn't agree with.
Yeah. It shouldn't be in the deck because he's playing that bad card also.
Is Void Imagination the one? Yeah.
He's playing at least 2 of them, which just makes me 2 times as sad. He has just 3 dead cards in his deck. Like you might as well be play 3 upstarts.
Yeah.
In Infernoids, which isn't something you want to be doing. You can play like better reasoning targets.
Right.
Like the text Jinzo.
Spell Canceller back when pendulums were more relevant.
Yeah. What else is good now? There aren't very many good ones.
I wonder if the recording can pick that up. There's a snowplow going outside my room because it's snowing right now.
Yeah, it's snowing pretty crazy here.
It's not that bad. It's just those couple inches. It'll be kind of annoying when I'm going to get dinner. But so walling up here, defense. This right here, I would have won if I had a 5th material. Because on summon, I would have shuffled that Draco Sack back in, and then actually he could have summoned something else. Never mind. It was still his turn.
Yeah, he would have less knowledge.
Yeah. I don't know.
He would have been able to summon 2 monsters again.
Yeah, he could have. So, I mean, Draco Sack's a pretty good wall. I can only get over like one part of it a turn, so that's gonna make the game last a lot longer. He's only down to 10 cards, so at this point I'm already thinking about trying to deck him out.
Yeah, that's a viable option if they have no out. I
Right.
think earlier he said like 1 card or 1 monster or something.
Yeah.
Forces it now, but
my goal at this point is to not detach. Hope he doesn't have an out, and if he does have an out, put myself in a good enough position where I don't just immediately lose, because I'm gonna be getting the 3 monsters back, as blockers, to not die. So I want to be able to like have a field spell or something that I can recover with.
yeah, and for some reason he put Imagination back into his deck, which like I don't know what he's doing with his life playing that card. I think that's his only out.
What is
but he would have to draw it right now.
Does it summon something that can get over?
It summons the fusion. I think has the exact same attack.
Oh, so they can crash.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't use it.
Right.
I don't think it's very good.
But don't you have to send for the deck?
You do have to summon the deck. So it only has 3400 attack. It just has 3600 defense.
Which doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because if I can't go over it, he still loses my deck out.
And even if you didn't get 10, its effects are each player sends their entire hand to the graveyard. That's 10 or more. 8 is the return of up to 3 of their banished cards to their graveyard, which doesn't help him. Because that helps you. You mill 3 if you have 5 or more, and then 3 or more is you send 3 extra deck cards to the graveyard, which doesn't.
Yeah.
That almost helps you even, because you could just send 3 Megazords, or send 3 regular Zords and make another Megazord.
Right. Well, that would only come up if I actually played another red.
That's true. But he doesn't know that.
True. Yeah, so he puts himself under 1,000 by going for instant fusion here.
Yeah.
Which is actually, it's a good play because he can summon Colossal Fighter, but he summons in attack mode. So I'm like, okay, do I have enough monsters that actually have more attack than me? So I count he has 2 engraved, and I only have 3 engraved. So I don't have. Puts it at 33.
I don't think, even if you had all your warriors in the grave, excluding extra deck, I think you can't get over it anyway.
Well,
I think it would put it at 35 because you'd have 2 more.
No, I play 9 main deck warriors.
Oh, that's right, the green one is
No,
Wait,
red
wait,
is a
sorry.
warrior, malicious is a
Red is-
warrior, and shadow mist is a warrior. So.
Numbers are hard.
So if I had more in the grave, I actually might have been in trouble here, but I didn't have
Yeah.
very many warriors in my grave.
Basically, you just have to wall up. Do this colossal fighter loop.
Yeah. So here I'm like, okay, I'll just attack Possible Fighter and do damage. Because he summoned an attack
300
mode.
whole damage. This is where you draw sparks. Bam.
Well, Sparks wouldn't be enough.
Tremendous fire. Sorry.
I need Ukazi. Ukazi's 600 then.
And tremendous fire does 1,000 to him and 500 to you.
True, but that's
Either
not...
one works, and you're playing neither. So spoilers.
I should just play Cowboy and make Cowboy.
You could have, but he has 2 backrow now.
Yeah,
I think it bumps up to like 4.
So yeah, I attack over the Deviati just in case I need a monster effect, I guess, and I can make him banish more. So basically, if he has an out, he's in a worse position now because he has less resources. That's what I'm thinking.
Correct.
So yeah, I don't even know what's the point of summoning the Tondo there, because like I can just attack over that. You're just using resources up, and it's not like I can attack over the Colossal Fighter.
I mean, theoretically, you could summon something. That just
I could
to
summon
me,
a Dark Law, I guess, and then it would be helpful.
to me, it screams. I don't actually have any back row. These are all bluffs.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's probably true. I mean, we do know he plays at least some real back row.
I think we saw only 2, which was Warning and Torrential.
Yeah, so I get double Imperial Wall. So even if he outs my thing, if he doesn't have a Twin Twister also, then he can't summon stuff. So he would need an out and a Twin Twister at this point to win. And I'm just passing, because it's like, I'm going to deck him out in 3 turns. I could have made Dark Law already, but I can't banish anymore, so...
And plus, you made Dark Law, you had a good point. I would add 2 more warriors to the grave, so if he just managed to get 1 more in, then...
yeah, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I'm confused as to why he didn't Twin Twister, unless he just drew it. I didn't see.
He just drew it now.
Okay.
So he hits Vanities and the original Iron Wall, and I just chain the second Iron Wall. Just because I'm like that.
Just 'cause I don't even know if he can do anything at this point. I think the only thing he has set is a Decatron.
Yeah.
He could have been cheating and setting anything else, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't make sense to cheat at this point in the game.
Yeah.
I just set this because it's like, why not?
I see your set monster, and I'll raise you a set monster.
Yeah, and he says GG. So I won by deck out because no outs to Megazord. I'm definitely happy with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I managed to beat Infernoids. Megazord seems pretty good in that matchup. Dark Law first turn, maybe, but they managed to out that pretty easily.
Yeah, I think it's only because you opened the Hermetic, and you have no other way to get out Dark Law without Hermetic and Antra, which I don't think he played Antra.
Yeah.
Which he should be playing, because it's banish 1, bounce a face-up card your opponent controls.
Right. I've seen that before. I would be surprised if you weren't playing that. That seemed like a good one to me.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's kind of an annoying matchup because they just keep banishing my stuff in my grave. But I managed to win, and against a good player too, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm 3-1 in the tournament, going on to the next round. Hopefully I can keep going. And
hopefully we'll have to play each other.
Yeah, that'd be kind of annoying. So hopefully all you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to check out some other stuff.